Well, hello, everybody out there in Facebook land. Yes, it is 11:45. I usually do it at 11. Last week I was late. This week I'm a little late, but I did say on my Instagram story today that I was going to be late. And I'm wearing my glasses a bit today, so I'm going to do a little reading to go through a couple of notes that I don't want to make a mistake. So I apologize if you think that's offensive or rude, but too bad. But anyway, welcome. It is week 16. Can you believe it? Week freaking 16 of Real Estate Talk TGIF. Thank God it's Fanale. Yep, Fanale. That's me. But it's also Friday. So the F can stand for whatever you want it to stand for. It can also mean for tonight when you go out to eat, it could be thank God it's food. Don't really care, but here we are. So there's two basic points we want to make and talk about today. And incidentally, wait till the end because I'm going to tell you who our special guest is going to be next week. You won't want to miss it. She's local to New Jersey and also a pretty big deal, in my opinion. Anyway, so a lot of people go to seminars and they go to conferences, and we've got a couple of things coming up. They have the National Association of Realtors convention coming up. And for a lot of independent brokers, this is their convention. This is where they go, and this is really huge to them. Not so much for the brands, because they have their own conventions and parties and masterminds and family things and all this other stuff. But, this is the national convention. So it's a big deal. And then we've got here in New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania, we've got what they call triple play down in Atlantic City, New Jersey in the beginning of December. I hope people get a lot out of it. It just seems to be a big party, 3-day party. And that's okay too. But the reason I bring these up is that everybody goes to these things and they say, you know what? This is what I've heard forever. And it's, if I can get one good idea out of this, it would be worth the trip. Really? Come on. Really? One idea? There's so many things there, especially today with all the noise and all the crap going all around our heads. I know the convention floors, at least in the triple play, suck. There's really nothing there except people selling ties, socks, fake jewelry, and mortgage companies trying to get your business, and everybody hawking this and hawking that. And there's really no good products there. There's no good software. There's no hardware. There's really nothing to talk to anybody about. It's just where you go and network, really, because that's what the convention floor is for. And thank God all these people spend thousands of dollars to have their booths there, which nobody really gives a damn about anyway. But you want one good idea? No. What they used to say, and what I used to say, is you want to have one good thing that I can implement immediately. See, idea is one thing, implementation is another. So if you remember anything I say, I talk about goals. I think the word goals and how people use it is a joke, because a goal has no attachment to anything. It doesn't have attachment to a commitment. It doesn't have an attachment to an idea. But what it has to have an attachment to is a commitment. It has to attach. If you had a goal that attached to a commitment, which you've committed to, like for instance, I'm going to be running a half marathon in February. That's a big commitment for me. Okay. I've never run 13 miles straight before in my life. And you know what? I'm a couple years older than a lot of people running that race. So I need to make sure I'm in better shape, in the best shape that I can be. I got 4 months to go. So I'm working hard on it and doing little things at a time. And I'm implementing things. And I've started and decided. I just got off a call with a great young realtor in our area about focus and organization. And it's all about implementation of that focus and organization too. So let's get back to conventions. The thing about conventions that is wrong is that you go there, you sit there and you listen, and some people sit there and do nothing and just listen. Some people fall asleep, and some people actually take notes, which is really cool. I try not to take notes, but I know I need to. I'm better without taking notes. I listen better and take it in, but I know I need to take notes. But here's the thing. What do you do with those notes when you go home? I'll go back to your office. Do you ever look at them? Well, for many years, I didn't look at them. They were nice to have, but now I review them. I review them every day at the convention or at the conference or whatever it is I'm doing. I review them. I write down dates. And before I go to a convention, I write what my goals for that convention are, right? So one of the things I say to you is that the conventions, these seminars, honestly, they're fantastic, great speakers, but you're not having any execution at this event. So you need someone to poke you or to punch you to make sure you do it, or you need to have a decent focus and organization to get it done, whereby you actually perform the implementation of the idea or the one thing. So, one of the things I want to talk about today, aside from that, is the execution. It's all about execution, right? And I had a great talk last night with Mike Lamb, who's the owner of Group 26 Real Estate, and we talked about this. It was a great conversation, and it just makes so much sense that if you're going to go to one of these seminars and not execute anything, you're wasting your time. And this is what we do at both the company and Real Estate Skill Builder, which is my new program. Real Estate Skill Builder is based on execution. It's based on commitment and action steps. Through 35 years or more of real estate experience, I've found that being on the cusp of change is really important, right? I've always been on that edge of being involved in the real estate business. Excuse me one second. I don't mean to be annoying. I'm just trying to see if this is working, and I'm not just talking to myself. And let's see, am I talking to myself? No, I'm not. There I am. So anyway, so the issue is that Real Estate Skill Builder is a process by which we review training. We review the training and work agents through coaching using an up-to-date process. We use cutting-edge thoughts, imagination, and being different. When have you ever heard a coach or a trainer talk about imagination in what they do? So with that imagination, we believe that being different can definitely be just as good, if not better, than your competition. So we believe in being different, maybe not better, right? So here's the thing. Through the art of differentiation, we coach real estate agents to utilize modern tools with simple systems to achieve success. How cool is that? Through the art of differentiation. We can talk about training and we can talk about coaching. Training is a specific idea, a specific skill set, maybe learning how to fill out a form, learning what to say on a call. The coaching enhances skills. It's all about enhancement. Coaching is continuous. With training, there's really no accountability. But with coaching, there's an awful lot of accountability, right? So what I've done is I've designed Real Estate Skill Builder to have one simple approach. It's a simple approach that allows the student to understand the progress and success. It only comes from above average actions, as consistency is the major facet of the approach to business. So when you look at that, you think about it, most importantly, I know that if the student doesn't succeed, the coach, I suck too. I don't succeed, right? In every case, and in a lot of cases of coaches, I've seen coaches, to just go through the motions. And, that's not a good thing. Your success is an ultimate achievement. So that success for Real Estate Skill Builder is an ultimate achievement for me, right? So here's the thing. I want you to look at yourself and think about what you've done in 2018, right? Think about 2018 as a baseline. If you're new, you don't have a baseline. If you've been around for a long time, you've got some type of baseline. So what I'm getting at is I'm trying to approach those that are new, stuck, at a good level, but want to get to the next level and might be stuck, and have an issue with focus and organization. Do you have that issue? Think about it. I know I do. I have a problem with focus and organization every day, but it's all about the commitment. And let's say the level of commitment, okay? Think about where you are today. Think about where you were 10 years ago, 15 years ago. What kind of a life did you have back then? Okay, so for a lot of us back then is we were maybe in high school, grade school, maybe in college, whipping it up, having a blast. That was so much fun. Would you like to go back to college knowing what you know today? I would. Anyway, And I actually have my buddies from college right behind me. We hung out all the time together. So they're always in my thoughts and love, right? So, but anyway, I digress. But we had so much fun, and the responsibility was little to none. And it was fun. Wouldn't you like to have that again? I mean, you're still going to have the responsibility if you got a family and bills and all that stuff. Because we really didn't have bills back then, right? A lot of bills. We just had to support ourselves. So you're in this thing now, and we've got a lot of stress. We've got a lot of things that impact us that we can't control. How would you like to control them? Okay, so forget that question. So take where you are today and multiply that forward 10 years, 15 years. If doing what you're doing today, where you're going to be in 10 years, what does that look like for you? The great Tony Robbins talked about a pattern called the Dickens pattern. And he talked about it in a manner where Scrooge looked at himself through three psychoanalysts, actually three ghosts. And of course, it's called A Christmas Carol. And of course, we're in October and we're going to start watching those kind of shows soon. And the thing is, Scrooge saw that if he didn't change, what his future was going to be. I want you to do the same thing. If you don't change, what is your future going to be next year? Will you be at this time? Yep, got a business plan now. Yep, I got to write a business plan for next year. And then you don't. And then if you do, someone's going to ask you, well, where's it written down? Or I would ask you, where's it written down? Oh, no, it's in my head. I think about it all the time. Good for you. You know, when you go to do something, you can't achieve without doing. You can't achieve without practice. You can't achieve without action steps. It's like, you know, I want to be a great basketball player. Well, okay, so you haven't picked up a basketball in 6 months and you get up and want to be a basketball player. Sorry, ain't going to happen. High school and college, I fenced. I worked out all the time. I tried to be as good as I could. And I was okay. I wasn't great, you know. All these my big year. That was my senior year. That was cool. And I got to know a lot of really, really good fencers that I love hanging out with them and working out with them. And that's how I got better, because I had a commitment to it and I had action steps. I worked out all the time. If you're just going to plan something in your head, forget about it. Don't even waste your time. Get out of the business. Go get a full-time job somewhere, because you're never going to reach the level you want to reach. So let's slow it down a bit and say, okay, you need to set up focus and organization. And you don't want to be where you'll be in 10 years if you're doing what you're doing today is going to bring you to not something you want. So that means change is inevitable. Real estate skill builder might be for you, it might not be for you. And I don't talk about joining up with us right away. What I do is I'll say this. If you're interested in getting more information about this program called Real Estate Skill Builder, where we talk about the art of differentiation, and we build you through being different, like things in your listing presentation that might be different, buyer presentation, how to present, a difference in going to see a seller, a difference in prospecting, a difference in how to prospect, what to say, to do, to get noticed, all different stuff that nobody out there is doing. Your competition is not doing it, and you'll be different. So if you want to be like Scrooge and realize Ebenezer was a good guy, he actually was a good guy. He had a great childhood. Well, not a great childhood, but he had a lot of fun, and he grew up and was having a lot of fun, and all of a sudden he became Scrooge. Why, right? So, but we don't want you to be Scrooge anymore. We want you to be that great person, a giving person that Scrooge turned out to be after those three psychoanalysts visited him. If you're interested in finding out more about Real Estate Skill Builder, there's a link in the text here, which will set you up a time to talk with me. I would not ask anyone to sign up unless they had further conversation with me and to get more information about what it's all about. And of course, what it's going to cost. Understand one most important thing in this program. I want your success. I don't want your money. Actually, I do, but success is the most important thing. And here's the other most important thing. If you're not going to do the work, don't even call. If I want to work with people that want to work. If you want to work, let's rock it. REskillbuilder.com. Go there. A 3-minute video by me talking about what's going on in your life. and then you sign up to have a chat with me or one of my coaches. I look forward to talking to you. Thanks so much for being on episode 16 of Real Estate Talk TGIF. Thank God it's Fanale. Next week, we have the founder, CEO, and top agent of Signature Realty from Union County, the top office in Union County. Michelle Pius is going to join us. We're going to talk about the access to the real estate industry. We're going to talk about how to improve the real estate industry. And we're also going to try to get a couple things out of Michelle about how she's been so successful. I'm going to tell you right now, it's all about her excitement about the business and the euphoria she gets when she does a deal, when she does a transaction, closes, and making people happy. But she works really hard. And we're going to talk about, like I said, the industry and her business a little bit. So I look forward to seeing you next Friday at 11 a.m. We will be on 11 a.m. for episode 17. Thanks a lot. Appreciate your time.